What's going on, champs and champettes? It's Monkey here, and we just got a brand new video teasing the test grounds update number 1 for Ballistic that'll be arriving in 2 days on April 8th. So in today's YouTube video, we'll actually be watching this whole entire 1 minute 16-second long trailer, and we'll be breaking down the things you need to know regarding this upcoming update, such as new items, new skins, and more. So without further ado, let's just kind of like go along with the video. I will pause it here and there to talk about specific things a little bit more in depth, since I have already watched the video once, but it is interesting to see this little announcement go live.
Welcome to the first Test Grounds update, where we give you early access to new maps.
So first off, as you can see right here, we have both of the new maps coming in the April 8th update. Originally, it was only going to be Hammerfall that was releasing. However, now we've actually gotten this additional map over on the right side, which a lot of people thought was going to be related to like the agency, but the official name for that map is Stormchaser Cove. So these are both of the new maps you'll be able to play in Ballistic very, very soon. They're untextured, but they do go in a little bit more detail on why they're just shell maps right now, before, you know, releasing it fully textured with all this stuff already fully implemented into place.
And items.
Now, something I want to mention is that it only shows these two items because it appears those are the only two coming in the April 8th update, but you may notice here, right afterwards, we have this interesting little animation we haven't really seen before, where you kind of drink one of the items. Now, of course, the item makes a little bit more sense when we get a little bit further on, but this is the overdrive utility item that you're actually going to be able to get in the game, and honestly, I feel like it's going to be my main item to actually end up using in Ballistic once we learn a little bit more.
Introducing shell maps. These are unfinished maps where your feedback will help us develop the play space and match flow.
Now, something I think is very interesting about this, and this is just a little bit of a nerdy thing, I think it's interesting to see them kind of showing, you know, the built-in Unreal Engine editor version of stuff going on here, and being like, look, as you play it, the reason why it's unfinished is so we can figure out what the best flow for Ballistic is going to be. We're going to take your feedback as a community on, oh, this area has a bug, or oh, this feels a little bit too far, you know, maybe it's like B side is too defense-sided or something, or it's like A side, you know, is way too off to the side or something like that. Whatever complaints you actually have end up actually influencing the map before they put the finished touches and decide to make it like the Skyline 10 map and being like, hey, here's the finalized version. So it is nice to see that they're actually going to make these shell maps with the whole entire ideology being, hey, we want your feedback so we can make the best version of Ballistic possible. Also up here on the top right, you can see version 34.30, which is the next game update on April 8th, so I thought that was just interesting to actually see. So who knows, maybe there's like a leak or something hidden over here on the right side, but I really doubt it.
First up, Hammerfall, featuring iconic landmarks, tight spaces, and long alleyways. This map will push your gunplay skills to the limit.
Now, something I do think is interesting that I don't think we've really seen on Skyline 10 is this opening door right here. I assume there's like a toggle somewhere where you're able to open and close the door like it's a garage door or something like that, but it is interesting to see a little bit more interactables arriving in Ballistic, because it does exist in other games like Valorant, and it does add a little bit more dynamic gunplay to the map, because who knows, maybe you're over here trying to like hold off one angle, you got the door closed, and then you suddenly start hearing this door open, and then boom, now you gotta watch that angle over there and the angle behind you because someone's most likely going to be right there.
To the limit. Next is Stormchaser. Stormchaser is a traversal playground, meaning this.
And actually, no, I'll go ahead and pause it real quickly here because some people have been mentioning online that this looks like a brand new skin that is not in the files right now. So that's pretty interesting to actually see, is a new skin coming to the game in the next game update. Not really much to mention in terms of the map itself, you know, it's self-explanatory, shell map, it looks pretty cool and everything else in the early stages when they've got like the layout placed down. But yeah, we got a new skin coming soon.
The sky is the limit for utility.
I also think right here, and maybe this is just me kind of want to talk about it, I think it's cool that we have this giant wall that normally you can't go over. I wonder if like over here on the right side, if maybe if you like sprint jump, if you're somehow able to mantle over just like ever so slightly, but I kind of doubt it. You know, it's one of those things that are a little iffy, but I do like how one way of getting around that is actually to use the impulse grenades, kind of putting more use on those gadgets, because when I've played Ballistic, maybe I'm just not in that type of genre that actually has like some different like lineups or whatever with the impulses. It feels like impulses are just a way to boost yourself a little bit forwards when you're trying to find enemies a little bit quicker, and you can't really use them to get over walls or something like this like you can right here. I know there's some areas where it makes a little bit more sense to use an impulse like on giant boxes, but it is still something I thought was nice to actually see.
For utility. let's talk
And then right here, as we start talking about a new item, we get a brand new Headhunter skin. Now we'll see a better image of it in a second, so I'll go ahead and let the video continue playing.
about the new gear coming to this update. The Sovereign is a lightweight sniper rifle built for mobility and speed.
Yep, here's another view of that new Headhunter skin right there.
With a cheaper cost, this will provide you with a
Close view of the actual outfit, you can see the face design and the whole entire pants and everything else.
strong long-range weapon in those earlier rounds.
And that was the sniper right here, the Sovereign sniper rifle that will be
Lightweight
added to the game with the next game
Sniper
update.
rifle built for mobility and speed. With a cheaper cost, this will provide you with a strong long-range weapon in those earlier rounds.
Now, what I think the whole entire point of this sniper is, to be completely honest here, is it's something that you're not going to use to, like, one-shot headshot everyone. You're going to use it to get some decent damage off while still being able to run around the map really quickly, as you would if you had, like, a pistol eco round or something else going on there, which is pretty nice to see, you know, like, lower-cost sniper in the game. But then we have the Overdrive utility right here, which is probably my favorite item to see them adding over to Ballistic.
And finally, Overdrive will boost your move, reload, and weapon swap speeds. Also you...
There it is with the gate
upper
coming
hand.
down once again.
This is just the beginning. With your feedback, we can shape the future.
And as you can see right here, which of the following features do you like in Fortnite Ballistic? It's the normal survey stuff we've seen before, but I do like how they're kind of showing, oh hey, you know, playing user-generated games could actually be a thing for Ballistic later down the line. Earning credits sounds interesting. I think they mean like that very in-screen when it's like, oh, these are the winners, you know, this is how many this is their KDA or whatever they might actually have. It is interesting to kind of see all the stuff that they're kind of like looking into and how they really want Ballistic to be a user feedback focused mode
of Ballistic.
And then, you know, there isn't really anything else mentioned here. However, I would like to mention, once again, they have the whole entire, you know, gate going downwards and going upwards. This makes me wonder how they're actually controlled. Is there a central panel somewhere? Is it just like a button nearby the area? And of course, we can see all three of the new skins. Well, I guess kind of only two, but I think one of the skins was actually, you know what, never mind. But yeah, something I kind of spaced on here that I didn't really mention right away is one of the skins in the trailer. I'll try finding it real quickly here. It's the one with like the orangish or yellow coat. It actually looks like it's one of the new skins that we haven't actually seen in the files yet. You can kind of see it towards the end there, but you know, you can't really see it too well. Actually, right here, yeah, this looks like it's one of the new skins coming in the next game update, so that's pretty interesting to see. But yeah, I hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and yeah, new Ballistic updates coming soon. I'm excited for it. Hope you guys are as well, but until next time, peace out.